As long as the internet has been around, there haven't been those desperate to censor it. Here, we run through some of the biggest tech bans from across the globe. In today's video, we will be showing you banned technologies from across the world. Without further ado, let's begin. Twitch in China. Twitch, a streaming service used by millions daily, has been banned by the Chinese government. The ban, which was first reported by Alicus, noted that the Twitch app was no longer available on the Chinese Apple App Store after a spike in popularity in the country. While the exact reason for the ban is yet to be confirmed, reports suggest that the combined popularity of the platforms as sports streams and China's continued efforts to govern the games industry could be behind the ban. The ban comes after the government suspended the approval of all new games in August, which included the hugely popular Fortnite game. Facebook in Papua New Guinea. In a move to counter fake online profiles, the government of New Guinea announced in May 2018 that it had decided to disable access to Facebook across the country for a month. During this period, the company will analyze the effect of the social network on the country and also identify and prosecute people breaking the 2016 cybercrime law, such as those posting pornography or false information. Despite the fact that only 10% of the country currently has access to the internet, the government is taking a hardline stance when it comes to social media. The country's communications minister, Sam Basil, has even floated the suggestion of Papua New Guinea creating a rival to the social media site for its citizens. If need be, then we can gather our local applications developers to create a site that is more conducive for Papua New Guineans to communicate within the country and abroad as well, he said. VPNs in Russia. Russia's President Vladimir Putin has signed a law to ban the technology that provides access to Russia's blocked websites, Reuters reports. The ban, which came into effect in November 2017, prohibits the use of virtual private networks, VPNs, and other tools used when accessing censored content. Video games after midnight in South Korea. The shutdown law was passed in May 2011 and blocks anyone under the age of 18 from playing online video games past midnight. In an attempt to prevent game addiction, under 18s cannot play online games between midnight and 6 a.m. However, consoles and mobile games are not affected. WhatsApp, Facebook, and Viber in Bangladesh. In November 2015, Bangladesh reportedly banned the use of WhatsApp, Facebook, and Viber due to security reasons. This is not the first time Bangladesh has censored social messaging apps. In 2010, Facebook was temporarily blocked. BlackBerry in Pakistan. Pakistan banned the use of BlackBerry's messaging and internet service in 2016 due to concerns for security. BlackBerry uses encryption aimed at businesses and confidentiality, which was not looked on too favorably by other countries in the past. In 2010, Saudi Arabia put a block on sending and receiving messages via BlackBerry phones. The ban came from security concerns surrounding BlackBerry messaging, emails, and the internet. iPads in Israel. Israel is home to some of the most cutting-edge technology in the world, but its gadget geeks fumed for 2 weeks in April when Tel Aviv barred the introduction of the iPad on Israeli soil. During that spell, any passenger landing in the country with the device had it confiscated and was forced to pay $12 a day to have it kept in storage. State authorities said at the time that the Wi-Fi functions of the iPad conformed to U.S. standards, not the European ones in place in Israel, and therefore constituted a potentially disruptive threat to the country's military frequencies, a claim with little evidence to support it. The ban was lifted on April 25, after much hand-wringing and with little explanation. Mobile phones in Cuba. Mobile phones were banned in Cuba until it was lifted in 2008 by President Raul Castro. The previous ban was the result of previous President Fidel Castro's suspicion of mobile networks spreading from the U.S. Google Street View in Austria and Greece. Street View is the next generation of Google mapping. Why squint at the world from the remove of a satellite when you can get a full panoramic view on the ground? By 2008, the company started rolling out its Street View maps, compiled in part by teams of cameramen in cars patrolling nearly every nook and cranny of America's cities and eventually cities in Europe and Asia. But Street View raised obvious privacy concerns. Who wants to be shown exiting a strip club or urinating in public, as some Street View snapshots that went viral revealed? Responding to public protests about invasion of privacy, the governments of both Greece and Austria barred Google from deploying its street-level cameras in May, the front line, perhaps in a pushback against Google's prying eyes. Facebook in Pakistan. Facebook was temporarily banned in Pakistan in 2010 due to Facebook communities illustrating pictures of Muhammad. This ban was lifted after Facebook assured that no offensive material would be available to Pakistani users. Music for marathon runners in the U.S. In 2007, the USA Track and Field Organization barred the use of potable music devices to ensure the safety of all runners. Apple News. Apple News joins Facebook, Twitter, Dropbox, SoundCloud, Instagram, and many others in the list of banned websites and apps in China. October 2015 saw iPhone users were met with the message, "Sorry, news isn't supported in your region unless accessing from a virtual private network (VPN." Facebook's Free Basics Internet Scheme in India. India banned Facebook's Free Basics Internet Scheme in February 2016. The scheme offers free internet access to certain websites and aims to provide internet access to less developed countries, offering a more affordable internet service. This move has been criticized for breaching net neutrality, the principle that governments and internet providers must treat all data on the internet the same and not charge differently depending on the user. Laser pointers. It seemed like such a good idea. As PowerPoint overtook slide projectors, lasers, once the preserve of missile defense systems and rock concerts, allowed a presenter to emphasize a point without getting in the way of the pretty slides. Soon, laser pointers became smaller and more powerful. You could have one on your keychain and dazzle your boss in a budget meeting. You could point to the constellation Orion and wow your kids. You could even use one to ward off bears while camping. Or you could shoot a soccer goalie in the eye during a World Cup qualifier. Saudi Arabia against South Korea, 2008. Or perhaps pointed at passing planes. In 2008, following a rash of laser attacks on Sydney passenger jets, the Australian government banned high-powered lasers. UAE, Saudi Arabia banned the BlackBerry. Americans are used to having BlackBerries glued to their hands, but after October 11, travelers who fly to the United Arab Emirates will have to check their precious data service at the border. The UAE's telecommunications regulator announced August 1 that because of security concerns, visitors and the some 500,000 local subscribers will have to learn to live without BlackBerry messaging, email, and internet. The Emirates and other countries, such as India and Kuwait, have long battled with Research in Motion, the Canadian company that makes the BlackBerry, over the device's encryption, which makes it virtually impossible for governments to monitor the content for politically or morally objectionable material. The UAE's bold, all-out ban, which may hurt the country's business and tourism aspirations, was criticized by State Department Assistant Secretary P.J. Crowley. It is our view that you should be opening up societies to these new technologies that have the opportunity to empower people, he said. We think it sets a dangerous precedent. So guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day and I will see you in the next video.